Okay, I just finished Carnival Row and I think I'm ready to say it. Prime Video is the best video streaming platform. Or at least better than Netflix. Now, I was not a believer in Prime. I think, like many, when new streaming services began to emerge, my original thought was, why bother? Netflix is just so far ahead. But you can only hit so many home runs before you deserve recognition, so here it is, my ode to Prime. For me, it all started with The Boys. This show, based on the comic series The Boys, is a satirical take on superheroes in modern society, tackling themes like corporatization, celebrity worship, and revenge. There is so much to love about this show. Let's start with how it openly laughs at our perception of superheroes through its many obvious and very intentional similarities to the MCU and DCU. It also has a very honest approach when characterizing the varying ethical quality of superheroes. In a weird way, it attempts to validate the concerns and fears often expressed by the secondary antagonists in regular superhero stories.
What would you call a group of US-based, enhanced individuals who routinely ignore sovereign borders and inflict their will wherever they choose?
Aside from that, it's an over-the-top story with hilarious dialogue and complex characters with very satisfying arcs. It's just fun, top to bottom, start to finish, 10 out of 10, moving on. Now, I enjoyed this so thoroughly that I decided I would watch another Prime TV series. So I closed my eyes, spun around 3 times, and clicked on The Expanse. This show, based on the book series The Expanse, is a sci-fi set 200 years in the future. In this future, the solar system has been colonized, with 2 major powers, Mars and Earth, as well as a series of mining colonies within the asteroid belt. The show centers around the increasing tension between these 3 entities, featuring multiple converging stories across the solar system, and it's awesome. Super engaging characters, an intriguing mystery, occasional cheesiness, but most impressively, a well-crafted world with an almost psychotic level of attention paid to being scientifically conscious. Like many sci-fi set in space, it treats technological advancements as eventualities, but the story does so while addressing limitations relevant to our current understanding. For example, in this show, spaceships are capable of moving at incredibly fast speeds, but are limited by the amount of G-force the human body can safely handle. This is a real consideration taken by fighter pilots and astronauts alike. In fact, they are subjected to G-force training to avoid passing out mid-flight. This show is chock full of considerations like this, often weaved into the story and not explicitly stated, so watch closely. I think the reason this was so impactful to me is that it made this future seem attainable. In fact, if you're studying or working in some sort of technical field and are in need of some motivation, I highly recommend this show. This hyper-realism extends to the plot as well, telling extremely powerful human stories, expressing a sort of historical truth that no matter how far we advance, we will always be capable of extreme prejudice and violence. Fair warning, it's a bit of a slow start, but most good shows are, so hang in there, you will be rewarded. Coming off season 3 of The Expanse, I was pretty high on Prime. T-shirt idea. And after stumbling on the trailer for Prime Video's newest original, Carnival Row, I cleared my schedule. A 17th century neo-noir fantasy starring Legolas and Cara Delevingne?
Yes! Yes! Yes!
I like weird stories, especially well-funded ones, and this show is both beautiful and weird. It's set in a fantasy world that clearly evokes 17th century Britain amidst a refugee crisis of various fantasy races. And I know what you're thinking. Revisionist history with fantasy races? No. But the show simply evokes 17th century Britain. The world and its characters are clearly part of their own universe with a unique history and landscape. I promise, no cringy winks to the audience.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
I don't want to explain more of the story, but what I will say is if you like gritty fantasy worlds, beautifully crafted costumes and sets, creative love scenes, and or you just want to stare at Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne, then definitely give it a watch. Okay, I know what you're thinking. 3 good shows and you're ready to praise at the altar of Jeffy B, hallowed be his name. And maybe you're right, maybe my next watch won't be as good. I think my main gripe with Netflix is just the sheer amount of content they promote and its varying quality. Don't get me wrong, Netflix has hits, but it's like a restaurant with a big menu. It's great when you're in a large group, there's something to satisfy everyone. But there's something charming about a restaurant that takes pride in a select few dishes. All I'm saying is if you're prone to decision paralysis and in the market for a new show, why not go ahead and jump on this bandwagon? Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of content, please let me know. This channel is my artistic outlet, but I may shift to something more consistent. Also, if you're my friend and you're not subscribed already, the fuck? What are you, embarrassed? It's not gonna give you a virus. Just click that shit. I'm leveraging friendship. Subscribe or get deleted. Okay, bye.